here. It's going to send us live before I'm ready. But put this up here.
The Rangers picked up Tyler Mott again yesterday, just like they did last year.
Like we always do about this time. Alrighty, we are live, so that's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, Rangers are playing at home against the Winnipeg Jets
The Winnipeg
tonight.
Jets, yes.
So I got to admit, man, I like the fact that there's a team back in Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah.
Because other than that, the only time you ever hear Winnipeg is when you're talking Canadian football. And it's the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
That's disgusting. Makes me want to break out my Nikolai Hobby-Bulin jersey.
Nick Khabibulin.
He was that guy.
He was that guy. As was Daniel Berthiaume and Eldon Pokey Reddick. See, I remember some obnoxious.
What's up, John? Well, see, John, if you were here on Sunday last, you would know why we are here on Monday present.
Yes.
What's up, fellas? All right. Since we have an audience, maybe we should be like X and give it to them.
Well,
So if you're prepared,
I'm never prepared, but that's
Good.
part of the thing.
that's our whole shtick. So, with no type of ado, I'm gonna give you a 5-inch tree. Woo's your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you a fresh in piece. Busta strikes again. Snoop back on the scene. The return of both verses. And our favorite superhero. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Now we're watching with trends, street now.
And now, here's your host, Bill Winters, and Mr. Throwback himself, Robbins.
Welcome, one and all, to Mr. Throwback Thursday. This is episode 473, coming at you live and direct from two locations with your two favorite idiots. Bill is up in New York. Jamie is down in Virginia. How are you, my friend?
I am well. Yeah, I'm back in the saddle again, back in the state again, and back in the Commonwealth again.
Yes. Got to enjoy some outdoor hockey this weekend, which is cool.
Yeah, it was cold actually. Oops.
And how'd you do on the big football game at the end of the year, the Superb Owl?
At the Superb Owl, my betting wise, 2 of my 4 bets came through.
Good. None of mine did.
I had a preset one that MGM pitched to me, and I took that. And then I had another one on, I think it was like an AJ Brown receptions, yardage, and a touchdown.
Right.
Yeah, the other one was like Kelsey to score, AJ Brown to score, and some other garbage. But that one, so one paid me 50, one paid me like 12, and then I missed out on a 50, and I missed out on like a 14 or something.
No, my big bet that I hit on, and I think I sent it to you. I had a bet on the Rangers Hurricanes hockey game, an accidental bet. Yeah. I had the Rangers giving a goal and a half, which is not originally what I wanted to do, but they ended up winning. They ended up winning 6-2, and I had one particular player scoring, and he scored the first goal of the game. So my 10 became 80 because it was
a nice deal.
I liked it. So other than that, I enjoyed the game. The superb owl.
Superb owl, yes.
I enjoyed Chris Stapleton's national anthem.
I didn't hear that part. I was not in the room yet.
I did not enjoy Babyface's America the Beautiful.
Didn't hear that either.
And for the most part, I kind of enjoyed Rihanna's halftime show, and I'm not the biggest fan of hers.
Yeah,
but
no.
I thought it was pretty well done.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it.
I mean, Emily and Cole's girlfriend were watching it strictly because it was Rihanna, and they were loving it. And I was just waiting for the backlash online from all the old white people who were like,
we old white people?
yeah, but we're not the old white people that constantly say shit like, they need to get Iron Maiden to play the halftime show. No,
I heard all the people coming back.
That is not the fucking demographic, and I can't stand the fact that the same people make the same fucking complaints every year. So,
yeah, I say bring back Up With People or let them do what they're going to do.
yes. So I would say it was a good halftime show. I still have Prince #1 all time for me.
Well,
his halftime show. I mean, dude, when you play Purple Rain and it starts raining,
Yes.
that's fucking divine intervention, man. Yeah, you know what, John? Babyface was
Babyface, I'm sure, is out of practice.
Nothing's the matter with Maiden in a vacuum, Rob. Maiden actually, there's a couple of Maiden tunes that I really, really like, but it's not the demographic that the NFL is going for with the halftime show. They are appealing to people who otherwise will not watch the game.
Yeah.
So, that's what it is. That's why you constantly get acts like Bruno Mars, who was my second favorite one. I thought Bruno Mars was really good when he did his. And, Katy Perry the one year. Mm-hmm. And
Gaga.
Of course, Gaga and, Missy Elliott came and helped out Katy Perry that year. So, but, yeah, they'll draw a hell of a lot more people with a Rihanna than they will with Iron Maiden. I guarantee that.
100-year-old Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah, I guarantee that. I would put both of my kidneys, my liver, and one of my nuts on that. So,
just one though.
Yeah, just one. I need the other one still. But otherwise, it was an enjoyable weekend last week, and glad to see you made it back home. And here we are in the saddle, getting ready to bring everybody the hip hop news that they've come for. Now, for those who joined us on the live stream last week, yes, Left Shark was on point, man. Right Shark was a little bit behind, but Left Shark was the shit.
The shit.
For those of you who joined us on the live stream last week, and then
because the patrons didn't get the full on,
and the patrons. So unless you listened on Thursday, you did not pick up the fact that we did the Fresh in Peace to Dave from De La Soul. Because that came in quite literally an hour after we recorded.
Yes.
So we made the executive decision that we were not going to hold that off for this week. That was just way too important. So we came back and we recorded an addendum to the live feed and the patrons version so that we could make sure.
Because we were magical in our editing.
By we mean Jamie, because Jamie does all the editing. All I do is talk. So it's just, for those who weren't here with us, yeah, it's super sad. And we're starting this week with a Fresh in Peace too, which you'll find out when we get to hip hop headlines. Yes. We have some woo news as well. A one and done that's going to tie into the hip hop headlines. Record of the week, which made me smile when I saw it. We'll remind you who the artist of the month is for this final week of February.
I think so, yeah.
So, and we have a new to the old this week. Not an old to the new.
No.
A new to the old, which is it's going to be really, really cool. Jamie sent me this during the week. Actually sent me 2.
Yes.
And said, which one do you like? I said, I actually like both of them. So you can...
And you know what I did? I picked the third one.
Holy shit, you did. I was going to say, I didn't listen to this one. So...
Yeah. And that's why I picked it.
So
it's kind of a almost a crossover between the 2 that I sent you.
Okay, so if that's the case, I enjoyed the first 2, so
Yes.
I'm sure I'll enjoy this one. So I can't wait till we get to the new to the old, which will happen right before the final break, where we do Bill reads lyrics and talk about fresh flicks and everything else that we've got going on. But it is time. It's time. It's no, not Vader. He's not here. It's Jamie time. So would you please be so kind to kick this pig off with a little bit of Triple H?
Yay, yay.
This is hip hop has brought you Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Well, get on it. It's your turn.
It is my turn, and I thank you very much for that. And as I stated before, we are going to start, unfortunately, which we seem to do a lot, with a Fresh in Peace. And the Fresh in Peace this week comes to us from rockthebells.com. And you had sent me this, and I said, well, of course, why wouldn't we have another one? Because that just seems to be the theme. Many hip-hop icons took to social media on Valentine's Day. Jerome Jenkins, professionally known as Flavor Unit MC Double J, passed away, unfortunately. And... does it say how old he was? I don't see anywhere where it mentions his age.
There's very little information.
Yeah, very little information.
My guess, 54.
Because that's right about where we are. Flavor Unit's DJ and co-founder DJ Mark posted originally saying that he loved Double J and described him as his best friend. Lakim Shabazz posted, my Flavor Unit compadre, this keeps hitting home. I'm messed up. DJ Premier got in on the act. More sad news, just found out Double J Flavor Unit has passed. A great MC and always kept it street. Yeah, it's just another one in that same age group. Now, Flavor Unit had Flavor Unit Assassination Squad, which had Queen Latifah, Lakim Shabazz, Lord Alibaski, and Apache. And then they had other songs like Cannibal Town and Bless the Funk. And then I think, didn't they say that he appeared on a Chill Rob G album last year?
Yes. Chill Rob G, which we mentioned.
Yes.
Last year.
The name of the album is Empires Crumble. So, yeah, no official cause of death has been announced. So when we hear more on it, we'll pass it along. But just another loss in the hip hop world that it gets tedious talking about these all the time. It really does, especially because we're in that age group. So
yeah.
It just hurts. So all of us here at Mr. Throwback Thursday extend our condolences and thoughts to the friends, fans, and family of Flavor Unit MC Double J.
Yeah.
So now that that's out of the way, now we can get to some completely
funny
on the opposite end of the spectrum stuff. Friend of the show, Positive K.
Yes.
And this comes to us from allhiphop.com. And I believe you entitled this, let me see, Positively Funny, which anybody who listens to Positive K's old stuff knows he was positively hilarious.
He was.
Now he's gone a little more serious.
Humor.
Well, the last song we did his wasn't
music,
wasn't his new music is hit. So, but yeah, you talk about, there was an interview, I guess, with him. Positive K started as a comedian years ago.
Yeah, he mentioned when he was on our show, he mentioned that he had started on a comedy path.
He actually opened for Mike Epps at one point. Yeah. Mike Epps from the Friday franchise.
Yeah.
Starting with Next Friday, of course, not in the original. Of course. But
Day.
known mostly for I Got a Man and collaborations with MC Light, but he admits he was a comedian, but he admits he needed a little help from Jose Cuervo to get through his opening set for Mike Epps. And this was a couple years ago. He said, when I opened for Mike Epps, I was excited until I seen Bruce. And that would be, hello, Lieutenant Tom from Jamaica. I was excited until I seen Bruce, who's ones from Bruce and Hall, all those other names that
other people with double names.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm losing you.
So he saw Bruce, Arnez J, who have you ever heard Arnez J's comedy? Very funny. Earthquake, another one, very funny.
Yes.
And Henry Welch. I'm not familiar with him, but they were all on the show.
I don't know Henry.
Yeah, I just bought that actually. He says, these are seasoned comedians, but I took a shot at tequila or a few, went out and did great. He says, all my shows don't go that way. I do eat a biscuit from time to time. That's my term for bombing.
Yes,
yeah. That would be a shit biscuit. Yes, that would be a shit biscuit. Every now and then, I always, you got to take a bite of the shit sandwich. And I've been there too. But that comes along with comedy. To me, the smaller rooms are harder than the big rooms, but I'm making my adjustments, he says. His comedy career is thriving. He's got an upcoming gig this week, this Throwback Thursday, actually, in Atlanta, at the Knock Music House. He'll be bringing his Positive K comedy experience to the crowd, as he does every week, with other, it says, for all intents and purposes, it looks like Positive K's comedy journey is just beginning. But, he's how there's a lot of people who don't think MC should be funny. And, his early stuff was, I was going to say, there is precedent for guys to be funny in this genre. Yeah. You said Biz. Dana Dane was kind of funny.
Yes,
to a certain extent. Slick Rick was funny to a certain extent.
Indian drums, yes.
That's about as funny as you're going to get. So, but
who's Cool Keith?
But I don't think he's trying to be funny. I think he's just fucking zooted.
That's why I said he's Cool Keith.
he's not in on the joke that he's telling, which is which is crazy or brilliant.
Comedic rapper.
In the beginning, yeah. You know what? You're right. The whole I think I could beat. Yeah, I think I could beat Mike Tyson. All that stuff.
Yeah.
John is leaving us early because he's got to go sing at a audition. No, I think he's already got the part, so it's not an audition. I'm sure it's probably a rehearsal. So break a leg, Mr. Henderson. We will see you on the flip side.
Yeah.
And but good on Paz. Friend of the show, really talented guy.
Oh yeah.
Who I don't think gets the credit for the talent because of the fact that he was a little bit on the radio-friendly funny side.
Yeah.
So, but you can't sleep on Positive K. No, at least you shouldn't. So, next one, Requiem for a Dove.
Yes.
Basically, the lyrical genius of Dave of De La Soul, who, as we talked about earlier, passed away, reported an hour after we recorded last week.
Today, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the group is always going to be identified mostly by 3 Feet High and Rising, just because that was such a seminal record and completely changed the way hip hop sounded, and with the samples and stuff. But this is basically a love letter to Dave by Alex Petridis of TheGuardian.com. De La Soul's debut album, firmly ensconced in the pantheon of unimpeachable classics. And I believe that too.
Yes,
Me, myself, and I, fixture on mainstream classic radio, even though they hate that fucking song.
Hate that fucking song, yep.
It's easy to forget, this guy says, what a shock that record was on release. And one U.S. critic said it's unlike any rap you or anyone else has ever heard.
Yeah. I mean, and you can attribute a lot of that to Prince Paul, but I believe that Paul went along with De La. De La didn't conform to Paul, because Paul is a production chameleon. He is super talented, but he doesn't have a specific Prince Paul style that you need to get with if you want to work with him.
Right.
He works to you. So I know he gets a ton of credit for that album, but I believe that he took notes from the way De La was and said, I got it. This is where we'll go. I'm with you.
And, we're talking about Dave Jolicoeur, who rapped under the name in the beginning of Trugoy the Dove.
Yes.
Now, Trugoy is yogurt backwards. And he picked that, he says, because I ate a lot of yogurt, he said at the time. He goes, I eat it a lot. So rather than using the same slang as everyone else, Dave, Posdnuos, and Mace invented their own. Their rhymes were a phrase called talk. A rapper they admired was a public speaker. If something was Dan Stucky, that meant it was great, rather than using the epithet hoe to besmirch a girl's reputation on the song Jennifer Taught Me.
Jenny.
Dave said she became known as a garden tool.
Yes.
So, yeah. And then lots of riddles in the rhymes, too.
Oh, yes.
Vocal in doubt is an uplift, and real is the answer that I answer with. That's a Dave line.
It is.
I think that was on what? Plug Tuning? I think
so, yes.
But, yeah, they just were... Dave specifically, and I said this to you as we were talking during the week. I said I've been listening to a lot of the De La lately anyway, since track, Bit by Bit is coming out online.
The other one that came out, is it I Know?
I Know came out, yeah. So I've been listening to I Know, and I've been listening to The Magic Number, because those are the only two that are available right now, at least until 3/3, and then the whole kit and caboodle's coming out.
Which is right around the corner.
But I was listening, and I said to you, I said, everybody knows, especially since we just played that Old to the New with Paz on that Jazz Trumpeters album, Ibrahim Malouf, yeah. So we all know what Paz can do and what his sound is about. Dave was no fucking slouch, man.
Oh, no. Yeah, just because he's plugged 2.
Which basically just meant that's where his microphone was plugged into.
Yeah.
It wasn't any kind of a hierarchy.
Nope.
So I gained more of a, and it's sad that it happens to me a lot after these guys pass. You go back and you listen to it, and you think to yourself, I knew he was good.
Right.
I knew he was great.
But
I'm still surprised.
It makes it harder for you to do that with Dave, because De La's catalog is not fully available to you
as of yet.
Right. I mean, it's not like you have a stack of cassettes still that you're going to be able to play.
No.
So normally when something like this happens, you can go, man, I'm going to go down the Biz Marquee trail.
Yeah.
And go back and listen to all his stuff and get a better appreciation for stuff that I may not have paid that much attention to
Right.
later. I just kind of listened to it. I didn't hear it. It's harder to do that with Dave because the stuff's not here yet. I mean, there's a few albums that are available on streaming services, but not the early De La where they made their bones.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, Dave, in interviews and stuff, actually came to almost, I don't want to say regret, but kind of had the same feelings as Nas does for Illmatic towards 3 Feet High and Rising.
Mm-hmm.
He said, for a while he quote hated that hippie thing.
Right. The thing that made them noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Not the thing that made them famous. The thing that made people pay attention to them is because they looked very different. So I mean,
But subsequent,
I would find it hard to dislike what made me famous, but I could understand I'm not that guy. We've moved on, so I don't want to remember that. Like, I'm sure Vanilla Ice looks back at the whole image from To the Extreme and says, fuck, I wish they would forget about that because I'm not that guy. I didn't want to be that guy.
but you know what?
But
But for a
embedded.
while he was that guy, and he made it work for him.
Yeah.
Now, getting completely out of the realm of hip hop for a second, there's another super huge song that I know of where the artist can't fucking stand the song and will never play it live.
Okay.
And that is from the Top Gun soundtrack when Berlin sings "Take My Breath Away." They fucking hate that song. I saw that in an interview, and I'm like, how can you hate the thing that probably put food on your table for the rest of your life? But again, I guess it was a complete 180 from what that band was beforehand. So, and sometimes artist speak is a little bit too egotistical for me. Well, that's not who we are as artists.
Well, Biz
Well,
hated
whatever.
his friend.
Yeah, but he made a lot of money off it, and he performed it.
Oh yeah.
So and you
Because
couldn't have
he
hated
was
it that
a
much.
Professional. No, he did.
Yeah,
He told Alfredo because Alfredo had to drive him
yeah.
to a show, and he was saying something about it. He goes, "I hate that damn song." It was on the radio. He asked him to turn it off. He said, "I hate that song."
Yeah. I mean, I to a certain extent, I suppose it's probably just from oversaturation.
Yes, and a lot of people probably only knew him because of that.
Right, and didn't take the time
To learn
to
anything
go
before,
back
yeah.
and listen to Nobody Beats the Biz or the Vapors or any of that stuff to show what kind of talent Biz was.
Yeah.
But, he was the funny guy. He was the 9-10 pants and a very big bra.
Which is why I can understand why De La hates Me, Myself, and I. Because that was their thing. That was, oh, I know you. That's Me, Myself, and I know that.
Yeah. Now,
I
see,
get
it's not that I liked that song. I think it's a catchy tune, but I liked Potholes in My Lawn better.
My Lawn was much better, yes.
But, it is what it is. And I always liked The Magic Number. Mm-hmm. But
That's 'cause you like Schoolhouse Rock.
I do like Schoolhouse Rock. I always did. But you can't be Bill and not like Schoolhouse Rock, man. I had my own song growing up.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
I'm just a Bill, just a lonely old Bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
My Bill Reed's lyrics alternate version.
Oh, do you?
I think so, yes.
I think you do. That's right. But
And I also have it in the PSA, the welcome back.
yes,
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Bill.
Bill. I remember that.
I do have that one.
To put a bow on this, yeah, Dave said he hated the hippie thing, but subsequently he came around on it. He says, I realized it had a part to the cycle, to the longevity and length of De La's career. It isn't going anywhere. As long as it can go, it will. Yeah. So he kind of, I don't necessarily think he made peace with it, but he acknowledges that it's a thing.
Yep.
It's like herpes. It's going to be a thing for the rest of time.
Yep. People like it. Guess I got to do it.
I love the title of this next article. Was it lean body protein?
Dude, I saw this article come up. And
I actually saw the video of it before you sent me the notes, and I was going to send it to you and say, uh-oh, we may have a problem here. And then I saw the notes, and I was like, oh, good, he's on it.
Yeah, but immediately I was like, I wonder if it was lean body protein that he had in his hand.
I want to know, to those who have been with us for a long time, and I don't know how many people are on this stream now.
Yes.
That whether have been, if we say lean body protein, do you know who we are referencing?
I do remember when we did it. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That I tagged the owner of
lean body protein,
and he retweeted the show that week.
Yes, he did.
I do remember that.
Well, anyway, lean body protein for us always refers to the one and only Busta Rhymes.
Yep. But that one was in a gym, wasn't it? He had an issue with the guy in the gym.
Yes. This time, and you don't normally hear it this way around. No. Normally, it's the other way around.
Yes.
Busta got pissed with an overzealous fan who copped a feel on him as he was walking through an airport.
Yeah.
So, yeah, earlier this week this happened, and I saw the video. Busta Bus was walking through the airport with his team. A fan that was close by, the fan crept closer to him.
Yeah, she
and then reached through the crowd, grabbed his ass, and then pulled away because she didn't want to get caught.
Yeah, like she like pulled her hand out and just stood there like, you can't see me.
What?
I'm not here.
So Busta saw it and was like, bitch, and threw his drink at her.
Yep, turned right around and just threw whatever he had in his hand, which I'm sure was not lean body protein.
I didn't see the label, so I'm going to assume as well with you that it was not lean body protein.
Yeah, it looked like water or something. It was in a cup.
Yeah. Why would this woman think this is okay? If it was anybody else, God forbid. Well, most male fans wouldn't get within 100 yards of some of the female stars, whether it's hip hop or not. I mean,
right.
Could you imagine somebody grabbing Rihanna like that?
No.
I mean, I could imagine somebody grabbing Britney Spears like that because she'd probably be walking through the airport half naked doing her little twisty dance because she is guano loco at this point. But aside from having to fend off people trying to grab his junk and his ass, Busta's still taking in all the praise from the Grammys Hip Hop 50 tribute. So, yeah, he was good on that. So, but I just think
I don't get it.
I've
seen celebrities in airports. I've actually seen Mick Foley in Disney World.
And I saw Savion Glover.
As you've never seen him before?
I actually talked to him for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. But so I've seen a lot of people, but they are with their family or they are in this situation. Busta was on his way somewhere.
Yes.
He was moving. He wasn't just standing around looking. Leave these fucking people alone. If they are hanging out with their family or they are on a move, you can tell clearly he's got somewhere he's needing to be.
Yeah. I mean, nobody goes to the fucking airport just to visit. You know, you're going there.
I can even see if you're hanging out at baggage claim with them. and everybody's just standing there, and you turn
Yeah.
and speak to them, you should totally be able to do that. But again, if he is surrounded by his people and they are all moving at a medium pace,
Yeah. Oh, okay, Adam. At a medium pace.
you should leave them alone and not try to speak to them, get a picture with them. Definitely not grab their ass as they're going by.
Well, you shouldn't do that no matter where you're in the airport or wherever, because that's assault, brother.
Yes, it is.
But I don't think she got arrested.
No, busted through his lead body protein, and he kept moving.
Yeah. Because he's got shit to do.
He does.
But I mean, even the comments on the article, it said, you know what? Good for Busta. If it was the other way around, brother would have gotten arrested, thrown in jail, probably assaulted. You know. But
You want to assault somebody? Let me show you how it feels.
I don't be touching no Busta Bust now.
No bust a butt.
And then now our next art is a good title on this one too.
Why, thank
To
you.
the TikTok, you don't stop. But there's no C in TikTok, so we must
There's
be
not.
talking about that social media app
From
that China developed that every young person under the age of 25 seems absolutely
it's
addicted
under
to.
50. Stop it.
Well, you know what? That's true. Janelle watches more TikTok than
See?
anything right now. I don't watch a lot of TikTok. She'll send me some every now and then. Like the other day, she sent me somebody making a recipe on there that actually looked really, really good. So I went up to the store and I bought all the shit. And we're going to make that, I think, either tomorrow night or Wednesday or something. But
TikTok, I do not. Now again, people send me stuff. People that are in this posse here send me stuff, knowing that I hate TikTok, but it will be hip hop themed.
yeah,
Something or other. Like
it'll be viewed and discarded.
yes, I will. Like the TikTok, I got a brand new telephone. I got it, and it's got a just Throwback Thursday decal on the back of the case.
Very nice.
I got a brand new telephone.
And what type of
And-
phone are you? You're a Android user, aren't you?
I am. So it is a Samsung Galaxy S23. And it came with TikTok pre-installed. So I
Pre-installed.
pre-installed as part of the welcome to your new phone software package. It's gone.
like that U2 album that was preloaded into iTunes on some of those things.
444 I think that came on a Samsung deal.
Yes,
Jay-Z's
I think it did.
444.
Jay-Z's, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. No, these are things that I just make go away. I have an IT background.
Yes,
I know how to get rid of things and make sure they don't come back.
he gone.
Yep. But yeah, fuck TikTok. But anyway,
But TikTok, you know who isn't saying fuck TikTok right now?
I know somebody who's taking the money from TikTok. Go ahead.
Snoop Dogg. Dogg has
Yeah.
teamed up with TikTok to reintroduce Death Row.
Allow
Death
them to
Row Records.
reintroduce Death Row.
Allow us to reintroduce ourselves. Our name is Row, as opposed to Hove. Once again, on Valentine's Day, the Dogfather announced that he and the video media platform have joined forces to re-release the Death Row Records catalog via TikTok's distribution platinum, Sound On. I didn't know they had a distribution platform. Did you?
No, not until I read this article.
I've never heard of Sound On.
Maybe it's a new thing.
I'm going to
that
have
is
to do a
launching
little research on that.
off of the TikTok fame.
So last year, Snoop took all the Death Row catalog. Death Row, listen to me. Put him back in.
Yes.
Death Row catalog
All the Death
off
Row
of
catalog.
all. Yeah, the Death Rugs catalog too. He took all the Death Row Records catalog off of all the digital service providers.
Yes. I believe
And that
one of Dre's records is back now, though, or something.
Not the good one. Doggy Style was gone. The Chronic was gone. Dog Food was gone.
Yep.
He was formerly planning to develop his own streaming service. He goes, since I took Death Row off streaming almost a year ago, not a day goes by without people asking me to put it back up, said Snoop. As the Super Bowl rolled around, I knew fans would be looking for the music from our iconic performance in 22, so I wanted to reintroduce the most historic catalog to the people. I reached out to the folks at TikTok to make more history. Enjoy, y'all, and for all the fans that are wondering, Death Row Records catalog will be back on streaming services real soon.
But will it be on all of them or just on the Tiki-Taki one?
He said services.
He
so
did.
Apparently, if they paid him a lot of money, there was no exclusivity contract in there.
Right. And
So-
I could see, Snoop's a smart businessman. It would not make sense for him
Yes.
to give
Snoop-
up everything to one company. He was talking about making a Death Row streaming service. That's why he pulled it in
Right.
the first place.
Right. No, Snoop, like you said, Snoop is a damn good businessman.
Yeah.
So a playlist of
cereal.
Death Row Records, and we'll talk about that later too.
Oh,
Death Row Records' greatest hits is now available on TikTok's Music Hub ahead of its wider release for content creators to use in their videos next week.
Well, maybe that's what it is. Sound On or whatever.
You know what? I bet you that's what it is. I bet you
the rights
that
company or whatever?
Right. It could be, turn the sound on and use this while you're making your videos.
Right.
Users have also have access to a filter inspired by Snoop's "Who Am I? What's My Name" video, probably to turn them into a dog.
Yeah.
Uncle Snoop's ownership of Death Row began in early 2022. Since then, Death Row has expanded to ventures in the cannabis and wine industries as well. So, as we were saying
about that, by the way,
yes,
Kroger, the grocery store. I don't know if you have Kroger up there.
we do not have Kroger up here, but I am very familiar with Kroger.
Okay. So Kroger in, I don't remember where, it doesn't matter. Left of me somewhere.
Yeah.
Which would, of course, be left of you as well. Had a Black History Month display up, and it was like a cutout of Snoop, and they put the Snoop wines out in front of the display. What they were trying to say was, we're celebrating Snoop and his accomplishment here, but what
Right.
the community took it as is, why are you saying
Black people are
History Month
black
and make
people
us
are
drink
nothing
wine?
but alcoholics. Yeah.
Right. So, and I can see both sides.
I can see both sides too, but it to me it's different because it's wine. Because I don't know that the belief is that people of color are sitting there, overindulging on wine. I can understand if it was malt liquor.
Yeah, what is this, 1980?
Because that's the stereotype. That's the stereotype still people to this day have a lot of. Whether it's right or wrong, but there's a lot of people that still think that way. Drinking 40s out of paper bags and shit like that. But
I do that. Yo, man, pass me my Ripple.
I think it's funny. Snoop has his own Snoop wines, and he still, I think, has two different vintages or two different types of 19 Crimes, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's the one that they were showing.
Oh, the Crimes? Okay.
Yeah.
So Snoop's ahead of all of this stuff, man.
It's around
He
here
really
somewhere.
is. You know what else he's ahead of now? Cereal.
He is. And do you see who he's hooked up with? Not motherfucking P.
No.
The other motherfucking P. He is hooked up with Post.
Good for
As
him.
in Raisin Bran?
Post. Yes. As in, because there's when you think it's three main brands, right? There's General Mills,
Yep.
there's Kellogg's,
Yep.
and Post.
Yeah.
Those are the three big ones. Post. I was a Kellogg's guy. Like, if you want to do Raisin Brands, I was like Kellogg's better than Post.
I remember the Post commercial for Raisin Bran.
I do. The Post. I'm wondering. I'm trying to think of what the most
have
popular.
Sugar Smacks? Was that Post?
I think Sugar Smacks was Post. Let's see. Golden Crisp. Sugar Smacks was General Mills, I
General
think.
Mills, then. Yeah.
Golden Crisp was Post. Grape Nuts' post.
That is not what that is.
Honey Bunches of
He
Oats.
says it's Kellogg's. Sugar Smacks.
Oh, that could be. I haven't eaten those in forever. Honeycomb. I want to say probably their big thing, other than the Post
Honeycomb
Raisin
hideout
Bran.
Slide out, so honey, you can come where all my hair hides out. Is that? We're talking about the youngsters?
No, we were listening to the Wahooligans, not the youngsters.
Yes, we were.
No, Post big thing I think is the Fruity Pebbles and the Cocoa Pebbles.
The Super Sugar Crisp is Post.
Well, they don't even call it that anymore. They
They can't,
unless
'cause it says sugar.
yeah, yeah. It's now it's Golden Crisp. Still has the bear on it,
Uh-huh.
but no, the big one that whenever I see Post, it's always the Pebbles cereal, Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, and everything else that they do with it now. They started putting marshmallows in that shit
Marshmallows in
too,
them, I know.
and marshmallows are in everything. But Snoop and Master P, who get
that's
you know,
what part of Snoop's plan too is more marshmallows.
Snoop and Master P have achieved major moves in the music industry. Now they're aiming to conquer breakfast foods. Broadest Foods and Post Consumer Brands are partnering up to produce a collection of 3 new varieties of Snoop cereal
Is a
that are
magic
full
number.
of flavorful notes fronted by memorable characters. Now it's not Snoop Loops anymore. It's
is not.
Snoop cereal.
Yes.
The offerings include Snoop cereal Fruity Hoops
Yep. Not
with
not
marshmallows,
Fruity Hoops.
Snoop cereal Cinnamon Toasties,
Yep. And my favorite
And-
one.
Snoop cereal Frosted Drizzlers. So
Which is
I'm
the
gonna
best
say
one that
it's-
I wouldn't eat, but it's the best name.
I'm going to say it's their version of Fruit Loops and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And from the looks of it, mini wheats, frosted mini wheats.
No.
So,
Frosted Drizzlers.
well, their version is Frosted Drizzlers, but
Yeah.
we want to make sure kids and kids at heart can have a champion's breakfast. Our motto is the more we make, the more we give, said, this ain't no motherfucking pee. I grew up on WIC, he said, and I'm honored and humbled to now own a company with Snoop that can service underprivileged families. Partnering with Post Consumer Brands made sense with our common mission to build economic empowerment and to add diversity to grocery stores with black-owned breakfast food. So every purchase of Snoop cereal will donate proceeds from each sale to charities like Door of Hope. The cereal also is able to be purchased through the WIC program.
Yes, which is very important.
So Snoop said creating generational wealth is an important message to share with the world. Coming from hip hop and being able to produce a product from a family name that my kids, grandkids, and beyond will be a part of is a blessing. We are making history, and Mama Snoop products are coming next. Mama Snoop products.
Yes.
Working with Post Consumer Brands will guarantee the highest quality, most diverse flavors, and best tasting product on the market. This ain't no motherfucking P, and I are the new kings of breakfast food. So I will be looking, because I am a cereal guy,
You are.
for Snoop cereal. I will probably look for the Frosted Drizzlers. I've never been much of a Fruity Hoops fan. I can do probably the Cinnamon Toasties, but I'm more concerned with the Frosted.
Gotta get them Drizzlers.
So, our next article, there have been very few mentions of it in the past few months. What has happened to Verzuz? Well, Swizz
They've
Beats says
run
that
into some messes.
Verzuz returns.
Yes, Verzuz ran into some messes.
Yeah, it could be. They did. So Verzuz is coming back according to Swizz Beats.
According to the guy.
And he says that, yeah, because Jermaine Dupri has confirmed he will be appearing with Piss Dookie.
I thought his arms were too short.
To box with God, yes.
That was what I heard.
Yeah, Timbaland, Swizz Beats, and their team map out the next step for Verzuz. Verzuz was growing faster than anyone could imagine during the pandemic because nobody had anything else to do.
But they were really good back then, though. The audio quality was not always great because it was, guys in their living room.
Right.
But that was the cool part about it, is it really was just guys in their living room or their home studio who were just putting stuff together and going, oh, you did that? Hold on, let me see. I got this one over here.
Yeah, when they started selling tickets.
Well, that's because the pandemic was over and people could get back together again. I don't think the KRS Big Daddy Kane one goes as well if it's Chris sitting in his garage and Kane's in his living room without a crowd. Something like that, or the Locks versus Diplomats. It doesn't; those don't carry the same as RZA and Preem playing their records that they're responsible for. That's I think that's a very different thing. And it would not have been received the same.
So I guess they're going to be changing the way they're doing things now, probably updating. Back then said, I think it was, who'd they ask? They asked Swizz Beatz about it. He says, the infrastructure when we started, it happened in Garage, moved to a significant platform. Now we changed the whole way we're moving, but not entirely. So people won't feel like it's not the same. We have a fantastic lineup with people they wanted to see and even battles that they think would never happen. And announcements will be coming soon. So we'll find out more about that. But Jermaine Dupri fucking blew the lid on it right away. He's like, he mentioned rumors about him and Piss Dookie facing off. Now, they've teased this in the past. They even kind of playfully went at it on a live stream about who would take the crown. Dupri once said that this versus would never come to fruition, but now he's saying we could see this show this year. So I don't know if it's just... Do you think it would be Dupri versus Piss Dookie, or do you think it's So Def versus Bad Boy?
If they're smart, it's So Def versus Bad Boy.
Yeah. Now, who would you root for in a So Def versus Bad Boy competition?
Who would I root for? Who would be Jermaine Dupri? Who do I think has a better catalog? I would say Bad Boy.
I think that's
Craig
fair.
Mack.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So, we talked about This Ain't No Motherfucking P before.
We did. It's amazing how we just work these things together like they're intertwined like a shredded wheat biscuit.
No, a Frosted Drizzler's biscuit.
Frosted Drizzler's biscuit. I haven't seen one of those yet, so I don't know how that one looks.
Yeah, me either. But he went from being really, really happy about his cereal to kind of being a little bit of a whiner. All hip hop brings us This Ain't No Motherfucking P. Wants a statute of limitations about his former artists complaining about him.
Let's break that down for a second. He's calling for a statute of limitations. So he wants effectively a legal precedent set to make it so people can't talk shit about him.
Yeah. I don't
Who is it that has to agree to this statute? All former No Limit artists have to go, all right, you're right.
According to him, yes.
Yeah, that's the ridiculous part.
Yeah.
Look, you can't talk shit about me after 7 years of not working with me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he says that's his thing, actually. You nailed it on the head. Pete thinks ex No Limit artists shouldn't bring up old issues if they haven't worked with him in more than 7 years. Come on. So he insists that he treats his artists well. He willingly tore up contracts when people wanted to leave his label. I'm like, how can an artist be mad at me? He says, let me tell y'all, and I want y'all to notice this. That's what my motto was. If you don't want to be with me, I don't want to be with you. It's almost like in a relationship. I ain't trying to hold you back.
Yeah, that makes
this ain't no motherfucking P.
He may have seen things differently than his artist did. Maybe they were trying to say they wanted out because they really wanted him to change something, but they didn't approach it correctly and say, look, I need you to change this, or I want to go this route. Can we do that? They just said, this ain't working. I want out. And he said, all right. And he cut him out. So it's
Don't
possible.
let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Yeah. So the artist may not have handled what they wanted correctly. And then Pete gave them exactly what they asked for, out, and now they're mad. Who knows? But yeah,
and that's what he says.
7-year limit. That's pretty good.
7-year itch.
Yeah.
He's how he goes, I call that gratefulness. He goes, there's so many artists that didn't appreciate what he did for them, and he wants them to leave shit in the past. Ungratefulness. If you moved on 10 or 15 or 20 years after me, why are you talking about me? I forgot about y'all, for real. I'm the only thing you can talk about, he says. It should be a law. After 7 years, you shouldn't be allowed to go on no podcast and talk about nobody. Think about it. It's temptations. If you ain't been around that person in over 7 years, please, you don't deserve to talk about him. I don't see this working, but
he wants legal precedent set, so he said it should be illegal. It should be a law. What can you do for that law, Bill?
Nothing, because I'm just sitting here on Capitol Hill.
Indeed.
Other people have to sign me. Last article, Hip Hop Headlines. The return of Superman Lover.
Superman Lover. Yeah.
Reggie Noble,
yes,
professionally known as Redman, says that Superman Lover 7 is coming, and he's already animated the video. Hip Hop DX brings us this. Redman's debut project, What the Album, back in 92.
Great album.
Punctuated by the hilarious tale of a working-class superhero, a day of Superman Lover, inspired by his mentors, EPMD's Jane series, and Slick Rick's children's story, as we were talking about before, and the humorous thing.
Anita Baker.
I did too. So the story about a local hero trying to hold down his job rescuing cats and the like was built around a silky sample of soul singer and multi-instrumentalist Johnny Guitar Watson's Superman Lover. And he says in an interview back in 2018, Redman says he wasn't really a hero with powers. He had some. He could fly and stuff, but all his powers were ghetto. I wanted him to be a superhero that stepped in his pants one leg at a time like everybody else. I was a fan of Johnny Guitar Watson, and I think me and Eric Sermon came across the record, or I had it somewhere, and that record was Ain't That a Bitch from Johnny Guitar Watson. Yeah, it was an album from 1976.
I believe it's Guitar.
Yeah. Maybe it was
Watson.
Maybe it was my pop's record, because I took a couple of his records when I moved. I just thought doing a new Superman Lover would be a great idea. Big up to the Watson family for supporting me since day one. They never gave me static or problems, and I plan on using him more on my new album. His music is very funky. He's very talented, and that record in particular caught my ear and eye, he says. Redman has recorded 5 more installments of the Superman Lover saga across other albums. Now, he's got the sequel to Muddy Waters coming out this year.
So I've heard.
Redman says the Superman Lover 7 is well worth the wait. It's lit and it's long, he says. And I already did the animated video to it 2 years ago. I was ahead of the game. I'm dropping Muddy Waters 2 this fucking year, hands down.
And we will play that new music.
Because we were told we had to.
Yes.
Because he is a hot topic.
He is.
The last Superman Lover was 6. It appeared on the 2007 album Red Gone Wild and featured Hurricane G, who has since passed away. It was produced by Eric Sermon and sampled Curtis Mayfield's Give Me Your Love. In a twist for the series, Superman Lover 6 draws inspiration from the film Natural Born Killers to break his girl out of jail. So, yeah.
Lover. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, neither Hurricane G or Redman's cousin, Tame One, who we talked about, who passed away a few months ago, will be able to appear posthumously due to time constraints. He says, Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. He's excited. I'm excited. And if you can't get excited for new Redman, then you're kind of listening to the wrong show.
Energetic drop we have ever gotten.
Love it.
How do you
My
not
favorite
match
one.
That energy for his new music.
My favorite drop that we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that'll be the drop we hear after the break,
knows?
but there's only one way to find out.
Oh,
stick around
before we throw the break.
Okay.
As we record, happy birthday to Daddy-O from Stetsasonic.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And I'm not going to put his government out there. Doodlebug from
Yes.
Visible Planets.
Now known as C Knowledge.
C Knowledge, yes. Of
So
the Cosmo Funk Orchestra.
Yes. Yes. Happy birthday to both of them. And happy birthday to my niece, Danielle.
Not a friend of the show, but
Not a friend of the show, but you never know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if friend of the show, but a friend of mine, my friend Michelle. It's her birthday today, too. So, and before we throw to break, I know we started with a fresh in peace. This isn't a fresh in peace. It's a rest in peace. I just wanted to say we said goodbye to Janelle's Aunt Carol today. Aunt Carol was the sweetest woman you could ever want to meet. Never said a bad word about anybody that I ever saw. And a gigantic, like rabid Buffalo Bills fan. We lost Aunt Carol on February 4th. And today was the services. So I just wanted to say thank you, Aunt Carol, for always being so nice to me. I hope you're sleeping easily. I hope Janelle's mom and brother greeted you when you got there. So rest in peace, Aunt Carol. So on that note, we are going to take our first break of the evening. And when we come back, in accordance to our normal schedule, we will have some Woo news. And that's coming right up on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 473.
Yay. Superman lover. Yeah. Did you know that you can get a cameo from the RBL posse? Which
I did not
believe
know
was
that.
a one and done of ours. Just Black C from the RBL posse. Sorry, not the whole posse.
Still didn't know.
Well, now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
We went to what's the name of the place? Sheets, which is a Southern 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to Sheets, and I'm pumping gas, and there's this picture on the gas pump, and it says, "Why the Sheets not?" And there's a picture of this dude who is like dressed like every member of the Black Eyed Peas.
Okay.
It looks like you just took the Black Eyed Peas and put them in a blender, and it came out, and it was this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any other way to explain that to you. It is what it is.
It is what it is. What it is.
To the point where I had to call Ian out of the vehicle to come over and look. I go, look, it's all of the Black Eyed Peas.
That's kind of funny.
Let us see here. I haven't done that in a while. I'm not even going to pull that up. I'm going to come over here and hope that I have it down here. I do have it down here. All right. Oh, and for anybody who cares, this is what we're drinking tonight. A Ronazalco 10-year.
You know, Rob will care.
Yeah. And it is yeah, I guess I'll give it to it.
Delicious.
It is quite delicious. It's very sweet as far as rums go.
Which is not your usual thing. You
is
usually
not.
like them a
It's-
little more.
Yeah, a little dry, if you will.
For lack of a better word, yes.
Yeah. No, it's quite tasty though. It's right up there with Diplomatico. It's you know how that's a sweeter.
Yeah,
It's that kind of sweet. It's not like super sugary, sappy,
yeah.
but it's sweet enough. Yeah, it's Ron Azalco,
Sounds yummy.
10-year, and it's delicious. All right. Oh, so completely off topic, and it is not going to be a one and done until I can get a hold of a physical copy, which is proving to be very difficult.
Yeah.
But the ECP, the Emerald City Posse, if you will, made up of Maharaji and Company, Nasty Ness, Kid Sensation. I don't know if Larry and PLB were involved. That I don't know yet. They have one album that came out.
Maharaji.
The Emerald City Posse.
Dancing like a freak.
Yes. Girlie saw his booty.
And their knees went weak.
Yeah, but it exists. And I have not been able to find a copy.
Oh, nefarious.
I have found copies, but I have not been able to find a copy that I'm willing to spend the kind of money on that I would need to in order to get it.
Yeah, that's when
Unlike
nefarious
my
needs to
acquisition
do.
This weekend, where I scooped the
Oh,
album.
You posted that. I said, is that the album?
It is, and I got it for $7. And it was a promo copy too at that.
That's saying something, man.
Yeah, I got Hot, Cool, and Vicious for $6.44. Some of the other ones I paid a lot more for because they were brand new re-releases, like the Bizarre Ride to the Far Side,
Right.
which is a clear vinyl with purple swirls. That's a double album. I paid more than I would have liked for that, but it's not outside the going rate. Yeah. That is something I need to do.
Ha.
Gail's looking for the Dark Spirits golden ticket mug.
I have late breaking news. I just saw this today.
Maharaji's on the
You're
deaf
aware
side.
of the yeah, dance like a freak. Now, you know these Real Housewives show, right?
Yes, I've
Real
never
Housewives,
ever
Beverly
watched them. I
Hills, and
can't
stuff.
tell
I've
you
never
anything
watched
that's on
any of
them.
them, but you know
But I
they
know.
exist, right?
Yes, I do.
Real Housewives of Potomac, I guess, is a thing.
So Maryland.
And two of the women on there, Giselle Bryant and Robin Dixon,
Okay.
filed a trademark application for the name of their podcast. It's called Reasonably Shady.
Oh,
Someone has filed an opposition to that trademark.
who would do that?
A certain Marshall Mathers believes his brand will be damaged
I
if
would
the
think
Real
so, too.
Housewives are issued the trademark for that. He also said Reasonably Shady can cause confusion in the minds of consumers who have known him by his monikers Slim Shady and Shady since the late 1990s.
That's fair. Assuming he has that trademarked,
Eminem
I wouldn't see
has
why he
exclusively used the name Slim Shady and Shady for entertainment services since 1998 and owns the trademark for Shady to use on merch.
wouldn't. That makes sense.
So
Didn't he kill Shady?
he says in one song, yes.
Yeah. Oh, also talking about cameos. Professor Griff is available for $99.
That is about $99 worth of a Griffiny that I do not need to hear.
And as a comparison, Mike Jones is $999.
Because he's balling.
That's what I heard. Let me see. Lights on here. Flavor.
Is he with his mama? How much is his mama's?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we got to find that out. If Mike Jones is $999, then
yes,
then mama's got to be over $1,000.
Rob Van Winkle at $400. This stuff is crazy. That's just crazy talk.
It's not Bubba talk.
It's not. That's got you open wide. All right. Enough of this garbage. Talk about money to spend that we don't have.
Yeah.
Okay, just as a comparison, Mike Jones is what I say, $1,000.
$999. Yes.
Yeah. Bumpy Knuckles is $40.
I'd much rather have old Freddie Fox.
That's what I'm saying. All the X's.
Which he could borrow some from Bubba Sparks.
From Bubba, yes, Bubba's got a few extra.
Because that's Bubba talk.
Keeps you open wide. And just in case you were curious, Bubba is on my list of records of the weeks. So he will be making an appearance in the future. Yeah, it's all because that's just Timmy talking.
We ready to come back?
As ready as we're going to get. I'm going to hit this drop and then get into some woo if you're prepared.
Never, but that's never stopped us before.
Well, then let's do this with a shri.
Tree.
Who's your mama?
Woo.
Yo, it's your turn. Act like Step into the
This is Trav. And right now you're listening to my voice, Jamie and Bill, Mr. Throwback. Fellas, doing what you're doing. Rock on.
I play them like vitamins and take a hoe attack. I pull them like a dentist, hold them like a teacher, lock them like a bowler, squeeze them like a preacher. Get a man, go join a band and mix a band and swallow. That type of
1 2 1 2 1 2. What's good, yo? This good, yo? This is Ghostface Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for news with Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays. Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On news. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, you God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and old dirty bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody. Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode number 473. And we are here with some Woo News for you. We have 2 pieces of Woo News.
We do.
And then our obligatory third, which never changes. But Superb Owl Chef.
Yes.
Now, when this happened, I sent you a message. I was like, did I just see what I thought I saw on a Superb Owl commercial?
All I know is I was in the kitchen at the time, grabbing myself a beverage. Mm-hmm. And I hear, check out my gravel pit. I went, what's going on?
Not a shit pit, mind you.
No, completely different.
Completely different, yes. Raekwon the chef from The Woo starred in a mouth-watering DoorDash Super Bowl ad.
A mystery unraveling.
So, yeah, DoorDash recruited some familiar faces for this commercial. Celebrity chef Maddie Matheson of Hulu's The Bear. Nickelodeon stop-motion animation.
Bear, by the way, excellent show.
Is it? I've never seen it.
If you have the Hulu?
I do have the Hulu.
That is an excellent show.
Nickelodeon stop-motion animation Tiny Chef. And is the bear anything like Cocaine Bear, which is going to be in theaters?
You can guarantee I'm seeing that on opening night.
Oh, I'm seeing that too. We were talking about that today. That movie just looks so stupid. It's going to be great.
But it's true.
I know it's a true story, which is even the dumbest thing. And of course, Raekwon the chef help a shopper with her grocery list. And then Matheson starts, is like, they ordered pineapple. You got to smell the butt to know if it's ripe. And then
Cocaine Bear, don't smell that butt to see if it's
no. And then you hear Gravel Pit playing in the background. Freshest cream always in the back, Raekwon
right.
tells the shopper. And the shopper looks at him and says, because cream rules everything around me. And chef just kind of looks at her like, don't fucking do that. Yeah.
Just like Kid and Play showing up in that house party Tonight's the Night.
Yeah.
Where the kids start doing the Kid and Play kick step, and Kid goes, no, don't do that no more.
Don't do that. Yeah, but then before they wrap up their adventures, you get a couple of New York's finest also assist the crew in finding baked beans, only to surprisingly find out that the big game watchers requested fava beans. No news as to whether they requested a nice Chianti to go with them.
None at all.
But yeah, when it happened,
as much of a missed opportunity as not subtitling the new Fast and Furious movie, Your Seatbelts. Because it is Fast 10.
Yes. Your seatbelts.
Missed opportunity.
Don't get me started on those fucking movies. I hate them all. Fuck Vin Diesel too, by the way. He sucks. He sucks with a capital sucks. And
that's Kwame's cousin. Don't fuck with him.
I understand who he is, and I know he started out as a dancer in some videos and stuff.
Instructional video
but,
tape.
Yeah. But that being said,
I would like to have Kwame on the show. So let's not alienate.
I would like to have Kwame on the show too, but I don't need Vin Diesel on the show.
Family.
Trust me, I've got cousins that I don't like, so I'm sure Kwame does too.
Get drunk
anyway.
uncles.
Yeah, that's a different thing entirely. So we've talked about the chef, and now how about a ballet through mud?
That's a very strange thing to say.
Well, let's get into it a little bit. Wu-Tang Clans, Denver7.com. It brings us this one. I don't think I mentioned who gave us the first one. It was, oh my gosh, I didn't do it.
I know.
We got the first one from. No, I'll get it. Ready? Our first one came from Yahoo.
Thank you.
This one comes from Denver 7. Wu-Tang Clan's RZA has collaborated with the Colorado Symphony. Now, this is not new. They have done this in the past with other symphonies. A show you're unlikely to see anywhere else. RZA says you're going to get your body, mind, and soul moved. He says he's been developing this show for years. It pulls the dialogue and music from the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, restores it live. RZA teases the second act, including something never seen before, which is titled A Ballet Through Mud. The Colorado Symphony reached out as part of their Imagination series, where they bring artists from different genres of music to collaborate and inspire the community. RZA says you have all these different musical ideas in your head. You're able to sometimes get them into your synthesizer or your drum machine. That's fulfilling, but there's nothing as thrilling and as rewarding than having all of that sound amplified by 60 to 70 musicians.
Yes.
Real musicians.
Who play music.
So this happened last week. The Colorado Symphony and RZA with 36 Chambers of Shaolin and a Ballet Through Mud happened last Friday, the 17th, and last Saturday, the 18th. So if we can find any kind of footage for it, we'll see exactly what a Ballet Through Mud looks like through the eyes of RZA. So
I may have to,
kind of a neat thing.
Consult Mr. Nefarious and
see
what he can deliver, yes.
The rest of Woo News is the fact that ODB is still dead and You God is still the 10th best rapper in a 9-person group.
He is indeed. He is still better than me.
Yes, he is.
Not by a lot.
Better than both of us. Let's talk for just a second about our one and done, shall we? I said, as a teaser, that the one is going to be directly influenced by hip-hop headlines this week.
Yes.
And it certainly is. In fact, it is directly influenced by our Fresh in Peace. Our one and done for this week is, I think it is a true one and done, because I don't see anything more.
I guess that I'm fresh.
As a solo release, let's put it that way. Came out in 1991. It is Double J.
Not Jeff Jarrett.
With The Hitman. And I have 3, 6, 9, 12 tracks on this record.
I have 11.
Let me recount. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still have 12. So we'll see which one I have that you don't.
I end with Operation Desert Storm.
Then there's got to be one in the middle that you don't have.
All right.
My first one. What is your first one called? Let me see if I can.
Jungle.
Okay. So you don't have what I have listed as the first track on the record. I have one called Manslaughter, but you don't have that. So
I do not. I was not charged with that.
Then no, murder was a case that they gave you. Track number 1 then, Concrete Jungle.
Funky rhymes, funky beats, funky jeeps, plush leather seats, pumping, jumping as the beat rocks, bouncing your head up and down.
I would say he does have a Chill Rob G sound to him already.
Not even a doubt on that. I mean, that was easy to pick up. Track number 2, Girl from Wisconsin.
Okay, player.
Is it because she's cheesy?
Living large like George and Weezy.
Wisconsin was on my Johnson & Johnson. Wisconsin was on my
Johnson & Johnson.
Wisconsin was on my Johnson & Johnson. Wisconsin was on my Johnson. It was a bright sunny day, okay, not a gloomy one. I had my gangster shades to block the sun, so it won't irritate my eyes as I was mingling with all the fly girls that were jingling.
They were jingling, baby.
I heard that. Track number 3, not Lips Incorporated, but still Funky Town.
Is he going to offer to take us there, though? Yeah.
Party time, 12 o'clock. Here's the club, I'm ready to rock. Pretty girls having a ball, packed in tight, wall to wall. Craig was with it, and I was with it. We planned the night and did it. So here we are, maxing, sipping on drinks, relaxing at the club where people meet.
That is where people meet.
At the club.
Yes.
Track number 4, If It Ain't a Caddy, It Ain't a Car.
Okay, player.
Yo, Craig, look at that Benz, man. That's dope. Nah. Check out the Jaguar over there in the corner, yo.
Let me tell you something. You young boys just don't know what you're talking about, Coach. If it ain't a caddy, it ain't a car.
I'm the big hand man, palms like a stop sign, jab slap the crap out of crease, cause I want mine and yours. You heard it right, without wreck. I put my big dick fingers around your neck. Squeeze.
Okay, wait. We're not even going to discuss Jap slap because that's not a thing. What are big dick fingers?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
I must not have them, so I don't understand.
I don't think I want to know now. Now that
have you seen
now
the
that
movie Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I have not. I've heard it's very good. I think it was you who told me it was very good.
Yes, it is the multiverse movie that Doctor Strange should have been.
Okay.
There's a scene in that movie where the people's fingers become hot dogs.
Okay.
Spoiler.
Okay, so then.
That's all I can think of here with big dick fingers are actual fingers. It's like Edward Penis hands. I don't know how else to explain.
You said hot dogs and now I'm hungry, which is weird because ever since I started taking this medicine, I don't get hungry. But
I need some of that.
I'm on a medicine that's an appetite suppressant, and I lost 9 pounds in the first week on it. So
well, yeah, when you don't eat, you lose weight.
I eat. You know, it's funny because you know how like a good Sicilian pizza, I can polish down 2 slices without thinking and then look for a third.
Yeah.
We got a Sicilian the other day, halfway through the first slice, and I was like, nope, I'm done, because my stomach was like, if you eat another bite, I'm going to throw up.
Okay, well, I need that. Whatever it is, you hit me off.
I will tell you what it is, and you can check with your doctor. So anyway, if it ain't a caddy, it ain't a car. Well, maybe not. And I still don't know what a caddy and a car have anything to do with big dick fingers. But
I don't either.
Big dick fingers sounds like it should be somebody from Goodfellas, you know?
Yeah, or a wrestler.
I'm not a lightweight. That's why I'm on the medication, because I am a
Dudley? Big Dick Dudley?
Big Dick Dudley was a Dudley brother, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It's also a type of energy, from what I understand.
Yes, ask Pete Davidson.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's get back to the record. Track number 5. I have it as Gangsta Shh. I don't know if they filled out shit on yours. You have it?
Yes, I do.
You have The Pit? So
Indeed.
So Gangsta Shit. Track number 5.
Check this out. Girls, to know me is to blow me. If it's a guy, it's money that your monkey ass owe me. Getting paid in the dark. How I keep so much bank, I'm a motherfucking loan shark. Quick to spark. Cops try to dick a brother. I got lawyers you beat, walking motherfucker. Prosecutors can't prosecute me. The police.
The rhymes are actually not bad.
Not at all, no.
Lyrically, it's kind of funny. Track number 6, the title track of the record. And not an ode to Bret Hart, but it is The Hitman.
Or Howie T.
Oh, there you go. Hitman Howie T. There's one we hadn't talked about in a while.
The Hitman. You got a minute? Let's talk a bit about some irrelevant bullshit. It's going around and I found it annoying. So again, I'm destroying those who base, smile in my face, think I slip so they can take my place. They're on a wild goose chase, a hate ride, and they're rated NQ, not qualified.
I mean, the lyrics are simple, but they're fine. You know, they're good. It's not. He's not gonna overwhelm you.
Simple.
But entertaining.
Short, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm digging this record. I will say that. Track number 7. Oh, now I feel like I need Robert Stack.
You do, yes.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Excuse me, Mr. Double J. We hear from news sources that you plan to expose widespread governmental corruption in spite of repeated attempts in your life. Can you stop them before it's too late? The public has a right to know. No.
Just witness this. City life. Our itty bitty committee is pretty trite. Taxes double the cost of living. It's their decision on how much we're given to live on. As we slave all week, but it's the government's bull, so we turn the other cheek. And that's not the way to act.
Track number 9 or 8.
8, yes.
8. Common Denominator. That's right. It's not 9 on my list because I had the extra one.
You had the extra one, yeah.
Drop the beat on the one. Then I begin to kick a rhyme on the mic as the record spin around and round and pump the sound by the double. That I bust your bubble with no trouble. Sometimes I'm psychotic.
He busts your
Yeah,
bubble
it really
with no trouble.
does have a chill Rob G feel to
Yeah.
it. Track number 9 now. This must be the slow jam on the record. Let's
Probably.
make love. Dude, when you get the tambourine and the Casio keyboard,
That's the one to get the hose panties wet.
put the satin on your panties.
That's right. No, only one man did that.
I've got everything for you. I spent my last time. Now turn your love on me. I want you can't see. All you got to do, girl, is you set yourself free. Oh, let's make love.
Track number 10. Double J's Tantrum.
Uh-oh.
He angry.
Seems that way.
I do like the bongos.
Almost like they're an incredible bongo band or something.
Hit him with a Milky Way. Walk, cry, reply. Somebody gotta pay. Mutilating.
Wait, did he say hit him with a Milky Way?
He did. The way he started with the it had a little bit of a Chuck D, but Chuck D would never say hit him with a Milky Way.
He would not. That is a strange one.
I am 99.9% certain we would never hear that lyric come out of Carlton Ridnour.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Track number 11, the final track on the record. Operation Desert Storm, Rumble It. Well, I like the beat.
Yeah. What's up, Jason? Yeah, it's a sad thing that there weren't more from Double J. Because who knows what he could have evolved into.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a solid foundation. How about that?
He did. And as of right now, as of reporting from Hip Hop Headlines, unfortunately, we're never going to know at this point.
We are not,
because Double J passed away, and that was the one and only solo record that I can see by Double J, called "The Hitman." Your one and done for episode 473. As such, there was no charting action on this.
There was not.
So, not a bad record, though. It's definitely worth adding to your library. Let's move into our record of the week, shall we?
Let's do that.
The record of the
live,
week,
if you will.
I was going to say pretty much the same thing and say this name was mentioned earlier tonight as well.
Was it Maharaji?
It's Raji. This record of the week came to us 1992.
Was it PLB?
It runs 1 hour, 4 minutes. It is not PLB.
He cold sprayed.
Although I heard he sprayed base. Yeah. My homeboy PLB. Cole sprayed the boy. Hour, 4 minutes, 20 seconds.
Ooh, I'm losing you. Hold on.
Yeah. I wonder if he's up there with...
Hey, try again.
I almost wonder if he's up there with McBoo.
He might be.
People we heard of once and never heard of again.
Like Larry.
Oh, he's the white guy. People think he's funny.
That's what I've heard. He's not really what people think.
But that's not who we're talking about either. No. We are talking about member of the Sir Mix-a-Lot Posse. Yep. Yes, the Emerald City Posse, or the Mix-a-Lot Posse on the Broadway set. At the time, it was anyway.
It was.
The one and only Kid Sensation.
Yes.
And Kid Sensation with his record, The Power of Rhyme. And
Which
I
is
have
the one that we had.
8. No.
We had.
I had
18
tracks.
I have 15.
Yes. Oh, I have 18. So, I have an intro that goes into track number 1.
Yep, so do I.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to just expand.
Track number 1 together, I'm going to say.
Okay, so that's probably what it is there anyway. So, let me see where that one is.
Yeah, just start there and we'll see where we go.
Yeah, we'll see where we go. Yeah. Track number 1 is an intro, so John will be happy about that. Yep. Which goes into actually no, that's what it's called. Intro. The Baller's Back.
All right. Well, we'll start there and we'll figure this out as we go.
Music, a tool of self-expression for the youth today. Sit back and listen as the ECP and I demonstrate a positive use of the power of rhyme.
Kid Sensation dropping another LP for you 92. Last time he was rolling, this time he's coming back with the power of rhyme. So MC Land in L1D, get this.
He's back up on the scene. Kid Sensations, the teenage lady scream. 1990 was a year that he was rolling. 92 for the power of
Okay. Track number.
My most anticipated. I've listened to this whole album.
Mm-hmm.
My most anticipated track that I'm waiting for you to hear is going to feature somebody that you probably didn't even know rapped.
I'm assuming it's track number 7 for you.
That's what I have it as, yes.
Yeah, I have it as 8, so we'll see what we get from there. Track number 2 is the same, though. Ain't a damn thing changed.
This song goes out to all those who said that when I made it, I was going to change. I guess I have to break it down for y'all like this.
Posse on Broadway in the back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Getting this and making multiple cash flows and rhyming the way you like it just to swiftly pass those. His aim was to claim my spot, but I think not. You might have been hot, but now you're caught in the kid's plot. So sit back and let daddy rip the track.
Why does this record sound like the Seattle version of MC Ren's record for NWA?
Yeah.
You know, one of the guys in the crew who, you know, is like, okay, yeah, he's got a record. Track number 3. Let me see what you have it as. I think we have this one the same as well. Yes, who can get as lyrical?
America's most lyrical MC KID. I'm tripling up the funky rhymes because I'm physically and lyrically superior to those who are claiming the best. See, I set them up and break them down for trying to challenge me. They can't handle the one-man scandal. Most get walked on and worn like a sandal. I take claim and my aim's to be number 1. Abuse and use the mic as a gun. An AKG microphone I pack. Full of dope rhymes, so I'm lyrically strapped. The ladies dream.
You know, that song was ripping.
Track number 4, same on both of ours. Comp Stompin'.
Okay.
Kid Sensation. Kid Sensation. Kid Sensation.
At home away from home.
Kid Sensation. Kid Sensation. Kid Sensation.
Track number 5, I believe, is the same as well, and that is Bass Test.
It's like all Miami music in the 80s.
Pretty much, yeah.
What's up? What's up? Avery Stroud here for ECP TV. And we're at the
Emerald
second
City
annual
Posse.
Bass Test competition where we got cars from all over the country coming to challenge other cars in the Bass Test. And here only on ECP TV, we'll be talking live to some of the competitors. Excuse me, sir?
Me?
Yeah, you. What we got here? What kind of car is this?
It's an 85 S10 Blazer.
And your name?
LJF1, and this is my homie, Corky.
Okay, now where y'all from?
LGF1 Corky.
All right, Ohio's in the house.
Yeah, you know that.
I thought Corky was the brother from
Life Goes On.
Life Goes On, yes. Becca, Tyler stole my jacket.
See, now I automatically think Beans and Franks.
I know you do. Track number 6, The Weekend. Not to be confused with The Weekend with an E in it. Yes.
Yeah.
Morning about 9:45. Picked up the phone and called MC Lynn.
Not MC Ren, but MC Lynn.
Word. Hopped into the shower, then I brushed my teeth. Then I dropped a couple of dope rhymes in the loose leaf. Who could that be? L1D, rolling in the Navy Blue Cherokee. Ready to roll out, kid. Yeah, you know that. Pull the Benz out in front of the flat.
All right. This next track, I have one in between that you don't have. I have one called Rollin' with the Posse, which is not on yours.
It is not.
So we will skip that and go to the one we were talking about before, which is track number 7 for us, featuring Seattle at the time.
Yes.
Athletic God Ken Griffey Jr. with The Way I Swing.
Not the way we swang.
No.
There is a Dougie drop in there, though. For the swing.
At the age of 19, and listen to the ovation.
I'm going to jump ahead.
See, I'm 6'3" and rough, so why try? Those who think the rhyme is weak, not a singer, a deaf rhyme bringer, a home run hitter, but I'm not a dope slinger. For those who try to flex, I'm a quick neck ringer. For those who think the rhyme is wiggity whack, I'm a sting ya. The G, the R, the I, the F, the F, the E, the Y. See, I'm 6'3" and rough, so why try to step the number 24, cooling in the flat? You get cracked with a baseball bat.
Yeah, one likes the bat,
and the other likes to battle.
one from Cincinnati,
And the other from Seattle.
Griffey's batting average is 3.00, and the kid is undefeated with a dozen KOs. We swing for a hobby to keep your head bobby, or bust a couple of rhymes in the hotel lobby. I'm stepping away from the mic, the ECP is in the house. Turning it over to Griff, go ahead and run your mouth.
Now listen to this.
It wasn't for the trouble. Griffey's gonna take the party to another level. When I swing, I bring bass like an earthquake. I either make the home run or make the house shake. Writing the kind of rhymes that you just can't get with. My homie Kit making the beat funky as an armpit. Take the beat and get dope, but
Funky as an armpit.
Yeah.
He's got a writing credit on this, too, so I imagine he probably wrote his own stuff.
Listen to the way I swing. Now, do you know where that swing is from?
I should, because I do
should.
remember hearing it.
And I know you recognize the sound of it. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
being able to swing. I know you go, ooh, listen to the way I... Because that's Mama Said Knock You Out. But
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
swing took me like 15 minutes to focus and go, why can't I think of what that's from?
Swing. Is it from the show?
No, it is Dougie, though.
I know it's Dougie, but I'm trying to remember if it's...
Yeah. Nope. And as soon as I heard, because I went and I played Lottie Dottie, and I played the show, I'm like, why the fuck don't I know where this is from? Because it is right after he goes and breaks down the beatbox, swing. It's from Self-Destruction.
Son of a bitch, you're right. Oh, my God.
Right afterward, yeah.
Swing. Yep. Oh, you could have given me 10 guesses. I wouldn't have come up with that.
Swing.
What do you think of Ken Griffey on that?
I think
he wasn't
that
terrible.
He was talented, yes.
Wasn't terrible. The next track you have, again, I have one in between. That's only 35 seconds, so it might have just rolled right into this.
Yeah, maybe.
I had one called A World from J Bass, and it goes into Kids Groove, which is track number 8, Kids Groove.
I like this one here. I got my homeboy DJ Train from Compton in the house. Come on, yeah. Putting it up on wheels and steel for kids sensation. We gon' get into this smooth one. And do a little something like this. Yeah. The ball is back. I ain't slipped for a minute. Fool, I got in the rap race to win it. But before I'm through, I gotta make a few heads bob. And every
fucking Northsiders, right, Cranky?
After Kids Groove, my next track is the same as your next track. Track number 9, The Power of Rhyme, which is also the title track.
1970. Another black face is born to a woman and the family is torn apart. Was rough from the start, but yo, me and my mother was together in it from the heart. Early in life, the Lord let me know I wasn't to be another under-average Negro. Instead, I was meant to excel and see to it the people around me live well. Mickey D's wasn't kicking off no dreams, so I had to devise a clever scheme.
So,
speaking of Mickey D's, just a stupid thing that I saw in a video. I follow G Fuel on Instagram, which means nothing to you. Somebody was driving down the street past, I think it was an Acura dealership. And they drove slowly because like there was a gigantic screen that I'm sure they showed cars and their specs and stuff on. And it's late at night and there's a guy in there playing Call of Duty on it.
That's
the name
great.
of the dealership was McDaniels.
Oh.
So I'm like, it's McDaniels.
Daryl?
Not McDonald's.
These cars are Daryl's, those burgers are Ronald's.
Yes, it's Daryl McDaniels cars.
Next track is the same on your list as it is mine.
Good.
Number 10, Rap to You.
Oh, yeah. Something real different and smooth. My homeboy J Bass in the house. DJ Ace in the house. MC Lynn in the place. Kids Sensation and bring it on down for the ECP. Kinda like this. Snap, crackle, and pop. MCs are getting dropped when we roll with the boys and we start to make noise. I'm smooth with a groove, moving swift as a sparrow. Shooting the gift straight at you like an arrow. Play you like Sega and I win with ease, but I don't have the time to play with sucker MC.
See, he's advanced from Nintendo. He plays you like Sega. Sega.
Track number 13, The Emerald City.
That's where the posse's from.
Who they got, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Kid Sensation? They ain't got nobody who can pull up there, man. Seattle better show me something, man.
Yo, somebody get this fool out of here. Yo, this is Kid Sensation from the Emerald City Posse. And for all those doubters, listen to this one, because we're about to put a major hip-hop upset in effect. Check the location. Get a L1B.
Seattle was the place where the L1 chills at. Hills and thrills at, we sought to kill that. We don't play here, a scare was simply there. Anyone that come to town will be unprepared. Raised in the Northwest, taught to step up. Don't ever back down if someone tells us. You say Seattle was big, so we can't float.
Track number 12 for you. I have one in between called She's Fake, but you don't have that, so we're going to go with Ride the Rhythm.
Was that not also a
Chill Rob G record? Yes.
There's more Chill Rob G than you can shake a stick at this week.
And he isn't even on here.
He's not.
Come on, y'all. Move your hands from right to left to left to right. We got the ECP in the house tonight, y'all. And on the mic is MCL1D. We got MC Lynn. We got MCM. J Bass and DJ Ace. And we came in with the
The K, the I, the D, the S, the E, the
Okay, it's way too much spelling.
Yeah.
Your name is Kid Sensation. You should not be spelling all that.
No, that's a lot of letters. The last 3 tracks I have in order as well. So
Good.
track number 13, Dollars and Cents.
DJ Quick Track.
You'll be able to get a new car, chains, man, new gold chains, a lot of money. The girls are going to be crazy about you, man. After the video comes out, you're going to be on tour. Women are just going to be chasing after you. We can make you a deaf, dope
Tour.
guy. 2% doesn't sound like a lot, man. I want to get paid, man. Man, the industry standard's only 1%. We're paying you twice as much. Because here at Shaftum Records, we're down with the brothers. You're going to make more than Michael Jackson, man, more than Prince. Man, just trust me. Just sign on the act.
Cents and dollars and cents and dollars and.
Was they using a speaking spell for that?
It kind of sounded like it. Track number 17 on my list, 14 on your list, Unstoppable, since we found the 3 that you don't have.
Yes. Since we're in the Emerald City Posse era here, I wonder how mad B would be if I requested buttermilk biscuits for All Request Thursday.
Does he not like that one?
I don't know. I don't anticipate that fitting in with the theme.
You never know. Could be food themed.
Yeah.
Last track on the record, number 15, Stan's Groove. Who the fuck is Stan?
Feel it on the bottom and Adidas on the topper. Yes,
And-
Chill Rob G did have the power, not like Snap.
Right.
And Craigie said Stan is Kevin Van Buren's uncle.
I thought that was one of Eminem's things.
No, he'd be Stan
Was
Van
Stan.
Buren.
Stan, not Stan Van Gundy.
No, completely.
That would be
different.
Jeff's brother. Okay. All right, so that was your record of the week for episode 473, Kid Sensation, The Power of Rhyme.
Yes, it
and
was
once
also my
again,
record of the week.
no charting action on this, man.
What?
So, yeah, but at least we know Kid Sensation had other records other than this. So
He's got like 6.
yeah,
I
this
did not
one was
know
good
he had
though.
That many.
I didn't know that
knew
either.
He had some.
Mhm.
I did not know that 6 was the magic number for Kid Sensation.
No, 3 is the magic number. Yes.
Yes, but not for
Kid Sensation records. It's a number. It's not the magic number, but
No.
it is a number. 1989's a number.
True.
But we didn't have anything from then either. So that was your record of the week, Kid Sensation, The Power of Rhyme. You're one and done. Once more, Double J, The Hitman. Last week, for your Artist of the Month, whom you finally got to hear last week, Exhibit, your Artist of the Month for February. So get your suggestions in for an Artist of the Month starting next week for March. Marcha.
And Marcha.
And Marcha of 2022 or 2023. So all suggestions welcome. Hell,
Yes.
I mean, people are like suggesting, Brian Austin Green and shit. So
Done it. Been there.
we not going back. Before we take our final break, we have a new to the old this week.
We do.
Not an old to the new, which is an old school artist with new music. A new to the old is a new artist with an old school feel that we feel compelled to share with the posse. This new to the old, I'm going to let Jamie introduce because it is a somewhat acquaintance, I guess.
Yeah, a 6 degrees.
6 degrees, yes. 6 degrees of acquaintance.
Yes. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up her actual. Does she have a bio on here? Hold on. I do not see a bio for her. Okay, her name is Brooklyn Sanders. She goes by Burke, and that's B3RK, Burke. She is from the OK. She is a Native American, which I can't remember the other Native group that we had on here. And that bothers me that I can't remember. But anyway, she is new. She can sing. She can rap. I believe. Okay, I'm gonna play this song, which is I want to say it's a Lauryn Hill type song. So there is singing and like leaning into you figure it out for yourself. Anyway, we'll talk about it when we come back. Check this out. This song is called Enasni, Enasni, by Burke.
Which, if you're dyslexic, is backwards.
It is
for insane. So there you go.
All right. So let's play this. And,
let's have it.
See what you guys think.
Mind games, you be playing mind games. Who the fuck ever said that was okay? It's alright, love, I forgive you. Roll a blunt, forget what I've been through. No pain, don't wanna feel no pain. Even though your games rewriting my brain. Say we're friends, but you call me babe. Well, you're the reason I'm going insane. You got me going insane, insomnia whenever I lay. Don't think that this is good for me. 1 second say that we're the homies. Next thing you're all up on me. My brain can process, I'm lonely. It says to give you all of me. And how do I cope now? Handling my feelings, I don't know how. I'm tired, man, you drain me out. But I still be there in the end now. Mind games, you be playing mind games. Who the fuck ever said that was okay? It's alright, love, I forgive you. Roll a blunt, forget what I've been through. No pain, don't wanna feel no pain. Even though your games be rotting my brain. Say that we're friends, but you call me babe. Well, you're the reason I'm going insane. I don't know, man, we've been through this. You like me, but you can't do this. Taking my heart and abuse it. You made me feel a certain way. That's why I let you treat me however you want to pay. My future self would be sorry. And what do I do now? Brain says no, but my heart pounds. My thoughts are backwards, upside down. And it's all because of you, wow. Mind games, you be playing mind games. Who the fuck ever said that was okay? It's alright, love, I forgive you. Roll a blunt, forget what I've been through. No pain, don't wanna feel no pain. Even though your games be rotting my brain. Say we're friends, but you call me babe. Well, you're the reason I'm going insane. I'm going inside out. I'm going inside out. I'm going inside out. Going inside out. Mind games, you be playing mind games. Who the fuck ever said that was okay? It's alright, love, I forgive you.
I can see the hip hop / R&B mix with the heavy hip hop beat in the back.
Yep.
Enasni by Burke. You're new to the old for episode 473. Yeah. I liked it. I'm anxious to see what the posse thinks.
Yeah, and go over and check her out on SoundCloud. It is B3RK. I don't think I've ever said go check them out on SoundCloud in my life. Because the majority of SoundCloud people, I'm like,
No, didn't we do that for the for that group down by you that we featured like
100 years ago?
Yeah, like year 2 or 3 of the show.
Breeze Park, yes.
Breeze Park, yes. I believe we we referred to their SoundCloud for them. So
yeah, no, I could see her lane. I don't know where she's going. I don't know what her plans are. I could see her lane being a Lauryn Hill, a TLC type,
or
sing.
Dare I say it? Because I don't like him.
Drake,
the female equivalent of Drake.
Yes, yeah, because she's got the voice
and a little bit of autotune I heard in there too.
Yep. So if you come through and you sing, a la TLC, you sing and then you have that break where you hit a full rap verse, and then you go back into sing. I think that's a really good lane for her.
Whereas TLC had one specific MC that took all the rap part. Of course, the late great Left Eye. Burke's going to be doing it all herself, but I liked it. It's nice. I liked the production on it. I thought it was pretty good there. So we wish
on the beat. Is that what he said?
So we wish Burke all good things, all the success that she can muster.
Yes.
And we were happy to spread that, even if only a few people hear it, but still a few more than would have heard it otherwise. So, Burke, you're new to the old for episode 473. We are going to take our final break of the evening, and when we come back, it will be time for Bill Reed's Lyrics on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 473.
Yeah, Craigie said he's not up on TLC. TLC, fuck it, maybe we'll just do the TLC story for Fresh Flicks. TLC was 2 R&B singers and a rapper. It's no Maiden, but it wasn't bad.
There will be no Maiden played on this show.
Hey, you never know what could happen on this show. Let's see.
This is not part of the show.
It is not. He brought us pain and misery. For his needs, we fought him hard, we fought him well. Out on the
Is this the most popular Maiden song?
No, it's my favorite one though. Number of the Beast will be the favorite, or the most popular.
I mean, this is Run to the Hills, so
it is. Children like cowards attack. Yeah, I like that one, and like Fear of the Dark would be my next one.
They never did anything for me, ever,
No,
ever.
That was
sounded like a garage band to me.
It worked for me.
Was the Beast name Anita?
Anita, yeah.
So you got to bring it back to the hip hop, man.
Of course.
Anita the Beast.
Nightmares. I'm looking for
no, Rob, you're not going to get me to go any further on this. I just, they never did anything for me. Like there was a whole bunch of people who listened to this kind of shit when I was in high school.
Oh yeah, the Anthrax fans.
The Anthrax fans, the Maiden fans, and other than the fact that the T-shirts were cool, the music didn't do shit for me. It really didn't. Like I said, it sounded like a garage band to me. I would have much rather, back then, I was much more into if I was listening to anything like that,
Motley Crue.
No, I never liked them either, ever. I did like Sabbath to a certain extent, and Ozzy as
it
a
was
solo.
hard not to because Sabbath was a seriously talented group of artists.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler. Ozzy was all right.
Yeah, he had a nice career. Although he's now retired from touring, he says.
He should be.
Have you heard Ozzy's latest album, Patient Number 9?
No, I didn't know that existed.
Came out this past year.
The last Ozzy album I listened to, I think Zakk Wylde was still his guitarist.
Wow. If you get a moment, listen to the song Patient Number 9, the title track off the new Ozzy album. I stumbled into it. I was on a YouTube rabbit hole like you get into sometimes.
Oh yeah, I understand.
And I came across Ozzy earlier this year doing a halftime show at a Rams game.
Okay.
And he started with Patient Number 9, and then of course he went into Crazy Train because and I'll tell you what, everybody's like, oh, he's lip syncing. He was not lip syncing. I could tell he wasn't lip syncing
I don't
because
think he would.
they did it in a different key. They did Crazy Train in a different key because I don't think he can hit what he used to. But the Patient Number 9 song really fucking slaps, man. It really does.
They said I was unaware that Ozzy had put anything out since like Osmosis.
Mm-hmm. No, it's Osmosis was before No More Tears.
No.
Or was it after?
Yeah.
Now I have to look at the Ozzy Osbourne discography. I loved the No More Tears album.
Yeah, No More Tears, I think I had on vinyl actually.
Yeah. So
No More Tears was 91.
Mm-hmm. When did Osmosis come out? Because I didn't have that one. Okay.
I think that's the last actual album I remember.
Yeah, his he's got a lot of studio albums, man. He as a solo artist.
Oh yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This was 13th record for him. Yeah, Blizzard of Oz and Diary and Bark of the Moon, Ultimate Sin. Ultimate Sin was a good record too.
That was Fat Ozzy.
But that also had probably still one of my favorite Ozzy songs. I don't know if everybody likes it, but I loved Shot in the Dark.
Mm-hmm.
No Rest for the Wicked came out in 88.
Yeah, no, I like Devil's Daughter is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Crowley's a great song. Mr. Crowley's a great song. Mr. Tinker Train's another good song.
Call me Mr. Tinker Train.
That was on No More Tears too. That record was fucking good.
Yeah. No, Blizzard was probably my favorite.
Well, Blizzard is between that and Diary of a Madman. I mean, those two were the ones that everybody wore the T-shirts of.
Yeah,
you know.
Mr. Crowley.
But yeah, Ozzy. That was who. Oddly enough, I listened to that when I was in high school. Never had the T-shirts or anything. Never promoted that I listened to it. But yeah, I would listen to Ozzy 1,000 songs in a row before I would be compelled to put on anything by Maiden. I'd listen to Judas Priest before I'd listen to Maiden.
I liked Judas Priest.
I like Judas Priest.
Rob Halford era Judas Priest.
Yeah, Rob Halford era Judas Priest. Yes. That's important to make sure you specify. But yeah, that was my thing. I just never was a Maiden. Other than the fact that, like I said, the T-shirt art, pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, Eddie's cool.
Eddie is the dude on there.
The Iron Maiden guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Jackal?
Jackal is the chainsaw band.
Yeah, Jackal was okay for me.
Jack now, baby.
I listened to it from other people. I didn't own any Jackal.
Yeah, I listened to Jackal on MTV.
Yes.
Because with his chainsaw.
Yeah, that was another one of those that when the video came on, I didn't turn it off.
Yeah,
but I never went out and bought it.
Jackal's up there with like green Jello and Crash Test Dummies.
Mm-hmm. Or Live, which is kind of funny. I was saying this to her yesterday. Lightning Crashes came on, and everybody used to lose their fucking collective marbles over that fucking song. And I was like, I've never liked this song. Never liked that song.
It's one of those ones I won't turn it off, but I don't ever go looking for it.
But anyway, shall we do some lyrics?
Sure. First, I'm going to hit a drop, and then I'll hit a Bill Reed's lyrics intro, and then I'll try to find the motherfucking piano. So let's do that with a Shri.
Well, piano's pretty big. You should be able to find one.
You would think that.
In theory.
Yes, it's not like I have, big piano fingers. Who's your mama?
Come here, say you're sexy. Grand Poopa, won't you tell them why? Hey, pretty mama, you look sweet. I mean,
yo, what's good? This the Grand Poopa. We're doing it real right now on Throwback Thursdays with the homies Jamie and Bill. Y'all listen in. Podcast. Shake your ass.
She ain't with nobody. Super sexy, sassy with the act so together. Looking slim, steady and trim in her pure flesh. But that fly as can be. There's no one flyer out the two of your beauty.
But it starts with Bill.
Preston. It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Words together is a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headache. Might for any cramps. Most people don't listen to the Lord. But they should.
Welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 473. It is time, as Greg says, for a lot of people's favorite part of the show, Bill Reed's Lyrics.
It is not Bill's favorite part of the show, just so you all know.
No, Bill doesn't mind Bill Reed's lyrics, but sometimes Bill feels like he has to shower after Bill Reed's lyrics. So,
which is understandable. I can't argue that.
That being said,
I often feel like I need a shower, and I know what the lyrics are ahead of time.
And I don't. So, on that theme, would you please send them over to me in the private chat, and I will
do such a thing. And this is going to be a what?
There's a whole lot of brothers on here.
There are, and you're going to do, wait for it, verse 9, because there are 9 verses.
That's bridge 1, verse 1. That's verse 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder who does 9. I haven't gotten down that far. 6. Okay, well, that would make sense based off of who we just heard.
You like that? All right.
Uh-huh. Because, I mean, I'm gonna say it's Grand Pooba.
It is.
That I'm doing the verse for. But he had choices of Bandit, Granddaddy U, who just recently passed, Macwell, Biggie, Positive K, Raggedy Man, and Snagapus, and my favorite name on this entire thing, Pudgy the Fat Bastard.
That's him.
We're not doing Pudgy the Fat. Pudgy.
We are not.
Pungy.
Grand Pooba Maxwell. And when, with no type of ado, Sesame Street Grover Stiley, whether nearer or further, we'll cue the motherfucking piano.
Ain't no motherfucking shame in the game. See, I love to hit the stink box. One whiff of the ass turns my dick to a hard rock, and I wrap it up in foil, held in place with a coil. I tear that ass up and take a bath of Muslim oil. Then it's ABC. Your nuts over with. Go and find some friends. And then I'm back up in some other shit. Shorties constantly ask, what's wrong with me? But every time I see a piece of ass, it keeps calling me. 'Cause it ain't no Jimmy like the one I got. Grand Pooba sticks you better. I tear shit apart. Rock a ass till she farts. Tie her stomach into knots. Pop her cherry like a tart. And I don't stop being a dog.
There were so many verses that I could have chosen. As you know, there are 9 here.
You thought I was going to die on Stinkbox?
No.
And rock a ass till she farts.
That was the one.
I damn near did.
Yep, I held on. I went through all the other ones. I'm like, oh, this would be good. This would be good. And I got down to that, and I said, I have to throw everything else away just for this. Because if you go back to, I think it was Granddaddy You.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. Okay, number 1, Raggedy Man has a line. He's like, and start dreaming of fucking Marsha Brady when I'm high or something like that. But Granddaddy You is the one I think I was going to go with. Let's see. Yes. So that's verse 7 for you.
Oh, I could have done the Raggedy Man because I would have gotten to be able to do, when it's time to change, you got to arrange.
So as I'm going through the song, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is the verse. And I went to the next one. I'm like, no, it's going to be this one. No.
So what part of Granddaddy You did you think you were going to get me on?
It was toward the end. Aside from the second line, it was...
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Go down about halfway.
Uh-huh.
Where it says, see when it come.
Okay. The next line after that?
Yeah.
When I slap meat to them butt cheeks, freaks be like, hey.
But then 2 lines below that.
And a smack, lay you down, and dig a hole through your back. And when I'm finished with them guts, bitch, you can get the almonds, cashews, pecans, nuts.
But yeah, no, there was a few. I'm like, oh man, and then when you start talking about rocking the ass till she farts, that's got to be the one.
Yeah, I almost lost it on that one. I'm not quite sure how I held that together, but I did.
Down where you can't see it coming. You're like that, and then the one.
Neither
line
did
ahead,
she, apparently.
Yes. So yeah.
Oh my good lord.
Where's this? I need this up here. I need this over here. I need this back here.
So I can get rid of that now. And then
forever, probably, yes.
So Fresh Flicks scheduled for Friday night?
Is scheduled for then, yes.
Okay. So for the patrons, you can join us for Fresh Flicks this Friday, February 24th.
Yes, please message me to say you're going to be there.
Because we have to set the room up.
Except for me and Bill, I will cancel Fresh Flicks.
Yes, because we've done that before.
Message Bill and say, hey, watch this, and we'll
watch
talk
this
about it on Monday.
Yes.
Or Sunday, sorry.
Yeah, and then I'll watch it over the weekend.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we will be back on Sunday mornings this weekend.
Yes.
For our recording time, so remember that. And I believe it is hat time, is it not?
Yes, no shitty ones. So if you would be so kind as to switch your hat from Bill to Phil,
which I have
you can
done,
proceed to take us home.
The Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast is an official affiliate of the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish Coffee. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at deathwishcoffee.com. You can use the code TBT at checkout to save 12% off of your order, which can now include Blue and Buried, as it is now a full-time roster member of Death Wish Coffee.
Now subscription eligible.
Subscription eligible. So, and subscribers are also eligible for the Blue and Buried mug. So go check out the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish Coffee, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, deathwishcoffee.com. Use the code TBT for 12% off. Friends of the show. Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Def Rugs, handmade, high-quality, hip-hop themed rugs from Rug E Fresh himself, Marshall Fox, and his business partner, the green-eyed bandit, Mr. Eric Sermon. So go check out Def Rugs.
Hey, I actually saw a memory come up in Facebook today.
I did too.
9 years ago, saying, we need to get a Mr. Throwback Thursday one of these.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Our friend Heather Lent up in Schenectady, New York, is the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company, where she makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
Check her out on Facebook and order at bittersweetcandy.com. You can use our code THROWBACK to save 10% off your order at bittersweetcandy.com. Chocolate-covered circus peanuts are Jamie's recommendation.
Yes.
I am a chocolate-covered Swedish fish guy, but either way...
also good. And chocolate-covered Oreos.
Chocolate-covered Oreos are good, too.
Yes.
But either way, go check out Heather's site and get some bittersweet candy. Doesn't have to be bitter. Doesn't have to be sweet. It just has to be what you like. So go to Bittersweet Candy. Use code THROWBACK to save 10%, and that's how she'll know we sent you.
Yes.
Melted Mics, MLTDMICS, meltedmics.com. Pumice T. Mendola makes hip-hop themed t-shirts, which you can purchase and save a nominal fee of 10% on when you use our code Mr. Throwback Thursday. MR Throwback Thursday is the code for 10% off your order at Melted Mics. It looks as if you are queuing one up at this point. Are you?
This one's in my cart right now.
Crumbs.
Because I couldn't find mine. I went looking through the closet for it, and I was thinking maybe I didn't end up actually ordering this one. I may have gotten the Fife Dog one instead of it, and I just thought that I had it.
I have the Fife Dog one.
Yes, so now Crumbs is going to be added to my Melted Mics repertoire.
Yes, repertoire.
Yes.
So go check out Melted Mics. Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Hip hop and pop culture themed items brought to you by the sick, twisted mind of Mr. Throwback Thursday himself.
Yay.
And his sick, twisted wife, Mrs. Throwback Thursday, where you can find things like the human centipede that says, what, you're the end of my beginning or something like that. So, yes, they're good t-shirts.
Yeah, you have the option of like the standard or the premium through Melted Mics. You have a choice over, regular standard shirt or nicer shirt.
But no, they're the one I have was great, so I'm very happy with it. So Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Go check those out. Social media time. Go to MrThrowbackThursday.com. It is the homepage for everything TBT related. Go check us out, Mr. Throwback Thursday. Leave us a voice message by clicking on that microphone that follows you everywhere you go. It's called Hit Us Up. You can do that, and we play your message during the show.
We do, with no pre-screening.
And you can say what you want. If you want to tell us we're doing okay, tell us we're doing okay. If you want to tell us we suck, tell us we suck. Because your input helps our output one way or the other. If you have a recommendation for the artist of the month for next month, send it to us by going to MrThrowbackThursday.com and click on that microphone and tell us who you would like as your artist of the month. And before Rob says anything, it will not be Iron Maiden. So
nor will it be Egyptian Lover before he says something.
No. Although he wants it to be every month. Also on the social media tip, we have our Twitter handles. Jamie at @the_MR_TBT. Bill is Bill_MR_TBT, which is also my Instagram handle for the show. Jamie's Instagram is Mr. Throwback Thursday. You can go follow us on both of those platforms. You can like the Facebook page, Mr. Throwback Thursday, and home of the TBT Posse, where you guys can talk amongst yourselves and share things with us as well. You can check us out every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern on Fresh Radio at itsfreshradio.com and the Fresh Radio app for your phones. We are on right after All Request Thursday.
Yes.
And if you so desire, you can send us emails to mrthrowbackthursday@gmail.com.
Just don't tweet B and ask for Booyah Tribe.
No, because he won't play it.
He will not.
Let's see if he plays your request for buttermilk biscuits this week. Shout-outs time!
Yay!
Our shout-outs go to Gail Dunmeyer and Manny Baez and Sarah Henderson and John Henderson and Hugo Gonzalez and Sanket Patel and Teresa Lynn's Simple Luxuries at teresalyns.com and Clay Arsenault and the Shrieking Warrior Jennifer Buchanan and Jacob O'Neill and Jason Heath and Paulie Tibbert, Chris Kinsley, Jessica Walker, Deshauna Townley, Shane Hatley, Ricky Schnarr, Kenneth Elsfelder, Mr. Cranky Pants Brian Hollenbeck, Robert Jeffroy, Kate Harvey, Mark Merriam, Catherine Liska, and Ken Dwinell. They get mentioned every week because...
or more.
If you want to get your name mentioned every week, become a patron. 2 ways to do it. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT or go to MrThrowbackThursday.com and find the little link that says Become a Patron. It's very simple. Don't forget our friends. As always, check out Anthony Imran and the Rug Boy over at the Jock and Nerd podcast. Check out our friend Talking Thai on her webpage at BrooklynThaiNYC.com and her show, the What's the Word podcast with Brooklyn Thai NYC. We mentioned
new episodes up.
Very nice. We have the hardest working turntablist in the world, DJ B, who we've mentioned before on It's Fresh Radio. Get the app for your phone. Wild One Radio at wildoneradio.com. We are on at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and throughout the weekend as well. So you can go check out wildoneradio.com wherever you are in the world, and they will let you know when you can hear Mr. Throwback Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and all of that good stuff. As I said before, your input helps our output. We value your opinions. Go find us.
All of you, a little bit at least.
Go find us wherever you find podcasts. Spread the word, please. I'm telling people who already listen to go find us, which is kind of silly. Tell other people where to find us so that they can listen. Share the good word. Take good care of yourselves. Wash your hands.
Wash your butt.
Very important, by the way.
Indeed.
And until next time, keep it classic. And always remember...
New school stale, old school fresh.